Well, welcome to the replay. I'm Amy Wilson with EQN Sports, and we get to congratulate the ladies who won the big money here today at the National Finals Breakaway Roping. Congratulations. It was so much fun to watch all of you rope the past 2 days, 10 rounds. It got very close at the end, but we want to talk about the round wins as we went through 6 through 10 today. So I get to welcome up Hali Williams. We got to have you on stage yesterday, and also Rylee George. You were up here, and Martha Angelone. Welcome up.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to have you. So let's just start with round number 6. And Martha, you came out 1.9 seconds to win that round. Tell us what you remember about that one.
I honestly don't remember much about the run. I knew today I had to be on my A game and try to win as much money as I could, and that was my goal when I started out the day, and I came close to it.
We see right there, they paid the top 6 in each round, the top 8 in the average. We'll get to that later. But there you see the top ladies in round number 6, which started off today. And here is your run. So as you watch it, take us through it.
I really wasn't trying to throw that fast, if you want me to be honest. But I knew that calf was good. I knew my first 3 calves were really good, and I was going to try to take my first best shot on every single calf today because I knew I wanted to get back into the average because I was going to need that in the end for the world title race, and I was going to try to win as much money and have as much fun as I could along the way.
We talked to Sarah, your sister, before the event ever started, and she told us that you were planning to ride Jessie James. We see how big the calves were. We saw you make a horse change for a round yesterday. Walk us through that.
Well, Jessie James was not in the plan for the finals at all. I was going to ride Legend all 10 rounds, and honestly, Jessie fits this set of calves a whole lot better, and how fast the rounds got, it was going to be really, really hard for me to be one on Legend every single time because he runs dead middle, and he's much more of a freer horse than Jessie, and Jessie, once you get tapped off on him, it's kind of game time.
Man, he shuts it down, doesn't he?
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes it's not the funnest stop, not going to lie.
Well, it's awesome, and it was good enough for 1.9 to get you the round win. You went on to be 2-3 the next 2 rounds. You finished with a 1.8. We'll get to that later, and also placed in the aggregate. So great job. It was so much fun to watch today. So now we'll go ahead and look at round number 7. That was also one with a 1.9. Danielle Lowman got that round win. She'll be coming up here in a little bit, but we wanted to take a look at this one while we have you all up here. Who wants to break this one down for us?
Sarah, you want to come talk about this one?
She said no, since anyone didn't hear that.
She's going to go, nod, pull, throw.
It's
right here.
fast.
Ready? See? Nod, go. Oh, she didn't pull that time. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it from that view.
That's called the money loop right there. That's called the D-Lo.
The D-Lo show for everybody.
That is awesome. She is so much fun to watch because you know she's going for first no matter what. Okay, let's take a look at round number 8. 1.7 again for Rylee George. We talked to you yesterday about this being your first finals in the breakaway, and you were also 1.7 yesterday to win a round. So what about this one?
That horse makes it so easy, and that calf was really good and went right a little bit, and so gave me a quick throw, and it ended up pretty good.
Really good. So this is Deputy, right?
Yes.
And you were telling us about this horse yesterday. We've seen Trevor Brazil ride this horse. What does he do that you love and makes it easier for you?
My first 2 calves, they didn't go how I wanted, so I got on him for the 8th round, and he just stands there so good and leaves so flat and just always keeps forward movement and makes it really easy when calves are that good right out in front of you.
And then tell us what happened to your rope when you went out of the arena.
After that calf left the arena, he went out into the parking lot, out of the building, down the road. He went everywhere.
Thankfully, you weren't the one who had to chase him down, but what'd your rope look like when it came back?
It had dally marks. I mean, it was messed up. It was done.
That's an amazing run, and that also helped you along with the 1.7 yesterday win the Jerry Ann Taylor Fast Time Award. That's so special. Put into words what winning that means to you.
Oh, that award's so special to win, being the fast time of the whole finals, and then it's just another dream come true for me.
You're going to finish your first finals with 3 round wins, over $24,000, and the Jerry Ann Taylor Fast Time Award. You were 1.7 twice and 1.8 to win those rounds. That's incredible. What can you say about that?
It was just I drew really good calves this week, and my horses worked great, and I just can't thank everybody enough for helping me get here.
Well, there's a lot to be proud of. It was awesome. Congratulations again. Now we get to look at round number 9. It was won with a 1.9. There's Hali Williams, and you see the other times there. Some of the rounds were just so extremely tough. It was awesome to be in the stands and to watch all of you girls. Hali, we got to talk to you yesterday after you also won a round with a 1.9. You followed that with a 1.8, which finished third in that round. But tell us about this run.
It's crazy. I was 1-8 twice, and I got second or third. Every time I was 1-8, and I was 1-9, and I won rounds. It's really weird to me. But, no, red light was great. I finally figured out what I was supposed to do, and I nailed the barrier a little faster. My first 2 calves tricked me. One was supposed to be slower, one was supposed to be fast, and I guess they swapped in the chute, and I didn't know it because I wasn't ready. But red light made it easy. It's pretty cool getting a rope at this stage, actually being able to kind of be ready for the runs. So hopefully we come back. Rylee George kept bumping me out of rounds. I'd be sitting there, and I'm like, Rylee George, you guys still got to wait through her. And then Martha, again, I'm leading the round, and then Martha goes, and I'm like, this is fun. Yeah, it's just I get to watch them all, and it's kind of bad because back there we have to do the victory lap. So you're sitting there, and you're like, man, I got to sit through like 3 more gunslingers before I make this victory lap. But it's awesome. We're up here with a lot of people, and a great talent. The rookie showed us how it's done on go rounds, and it's exciting.
Red light looked amazing. I thought that was such a cool run. And you mentioned the other fast times you had. In round number 3, you were 2 flat. Then round 4, 1.9, which you won that. Round 5, 1.8. You didn't win it. And then you were 1.8 in round 8, and Rylee won that with a 1.7. Then you came back 1.9 and finished off with 1.9. That's a lot to be proud of.
Thank you. I think I need to speed it up a little bit because Rylee and Martha are taking it to me. I guess I'm not getting it fast enough, but it's awesome. Coming out here, all you can want to do is just go be as best as you can on each calf, and I think there's still things I need to improve on, but it didn't go as bad as it could have, so I'm thankful to be here and ready for next year.
Now we get to look at round number 10. It all came down to this. We knew it was going to be close for that world championship, and there it is. Martha Angelone, 1.8. Hali, you're right there, 1.9. But, Martha, you did everything you could. You won the round. Tell us about this.
I knew I had to win the round, and I had the average figured out a little bit wrong, as we just figured out. But I knew I had to win the round and win second in the average to have a chance at the world title. And I knew this calf, he was a good calf, but you had to make sure that he went first. So I was either going to max the barrier out and break it, and whenever I heard Tiata say yeah, I just threw my rope hoping it was going to go on.
And you pushed it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was close. I really didn't trust her, if you want me to be honest.
Oh, that is so cool, and just had to be a huge relief to know that you did what you could.
Yes, ma'am, and it was a close race, and I'm so happy for Kelsie. She roped her butt off all week, so.
Yes, we will get to talk to her in just a minute, but I think that's really cool that you pointed that out because I said yesterday, it's such a fun group of girls, and I think you can all really appreciate the talent that there is where the sport is going, and you all know how hard of a year it is to get to this point, and just the emotions of 10 rounds over 2 days. Any other comments from any of you that you'd like to make?
I really hope Kelsey's going home after this and not jackpotting the rest of the week. Is that a good comment to say?
I heard that her horse is headed back to Texas. So.
Well, that just might be little man. She still has the paint.
That's true.
I think it's really cool. I'm excited for the next couple of years. There's a lot of girls. I think the money is just going to get better. So I think every NFR, the competition is just going to get tougher because we're all going to have chances. Hopefully next year we're not all sweating it out. Me and Rylee were over here in the bubble. Martha was for sure, but probably just at least on my side, do my job better and be ready for next year. And hopefully we're all having to figure out the last run.
With that being said, you mentioned that obviously you're feeling a lot better this year than you were last year with your foot, but you even have some more healing to do, don't you?
For sure. I mean, it's kind of showing. I've been on my feet a lot the last week, and if I leave the boots on too much longer, I won't be able to walk. So tennis shoes it is, and we're rocking the Hokas everywhere around. I'm so thankful I can walk today, and just being able to do that, it makes it all worth it. I've got a busy next couple weeks. We got a lot of rope jackpots and signings. So for that, I'm I'm just blessed to be here, and I'm glad that I'm not having to have my little stroller over here this year.
We are glad to see you on the path to being completely healed up. Another question I had for all of you, this goes so fast. And Rylee, you mentioned your rope went out the door. And so I'm curious how many ropes you had ready for these 10 rounds over 2 days. What was the preparation like?
I'm a terrible one to ask that question for because I had 2 rope bags that were completely full with way too many ropes in them. If you you can ask anybody, if I clean my rope bags out, you're supposed to only have like 6 or 8 in there. I probably have about 15.
I ended up just bringing 1 rope can, and I had 3 ropes, and the rope that went out the door was the one I'd been using all the rounds before. So the last 3 I had to change.
I had a big team roping bag, and I probably had close to 17 just because I had a couple extra ones that I had just thrown on my backup horse in case I needed them. I didn't need them, but it's just for, peace of mind knowing that I've got extra if I need them. But I had it all tied up. We had my backup horse is a Houdini, so he untied a couple and was stomping on them. So I guess it's good I had a couple backups.
That's very interesting information. I also think it's important to point out a lot of times at rodeos when we see you in the box there will be different people in and out. Here we don't see that. Explain what the rules are like here for all of you and how that affects what you do.
So I feel like in the box none of us are allowed to have any helpers. It has to be one of us contestants in the National Finals breakaway roping. Hopefully one day we can get it where contestants that make the NFR that year can come help us because there's a lot of people that Shelby has Haven, Josie has Rylee, and I think there's a lot of us that have friends or family members that are in the NFR, and so we would have a lot of more people here, and I think it'd be really cool to have other NFR contestants that are actually going to be in the Thomas and Mack over here actually, being a part of this. It makes it kind of tough because, when the rounds swap around, you're having to run back and forth. Carson and Jade were having to hold my horse so I could help Josie in the box. You just kind of have to make sure you line out who you're with further enough so that you can still make it and not be, completely detrimental to your game as well. But
yeah, very well said. Well, I know there were a lot of big names in the stands cheering you all on and watching you. Josh Frost was sitting right behind me, and he was very interested in all of it. He was looking at my sheet trying to figure out who had won and how everyone did, and I saw a lot of others around too. So they're here, but I'm sure they would love to be down there helping you. How about the pusher? Same pusher for all of you and does a great job.
Yeah, Dez is the big man that does the job every single time. And I will say this, I'll give him credit for every single calf. If he doesn't think he's right, and he'll be like, wait, I'm going to pull him back. Or he tries to talk you through it the whole time. Like, if the calf's head's down or he's fighting the chute, he will tell you, wait, hang on a second. Like, he tries to help us as much as he can, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
Very well said. I thought I should point out, too, some of those calves really fought the chute or just had their head down. And so I know sometimes breakaway ropers get a bad rap for taking a long time in the chute, but it has to be right because that start is critical.
It was hard. This year we had a bigger set of calves, and bigger set of calves are known, honestly, to fight the chute more. Littler calves are a lot easier in the chute a lot of times. So we knew going into the finals this year the calves were probably going to fight the chute a little bit more, and it just progressively got worse today versus yesterday. So it looked like we took forever, but we were just trying to make it all right to set up our run to be as fast as we can.
Yeah. Any other comments from the three of you as you think back over this event? I know it's pretty exhausting, and thankfully Eva handed me all the results. She's an amazing secretary, and the timers that were here, the announcers, everyone who plays a part in making this happen. Just looking at this list and all the numbers can make your head hurt just a little bit, but it's pretty cool when you look back over how it finished up and what all your runs were like, the great times that y'all had.
I feel like overall our calves, we did have some calves that fought the chute, but for them to have been roped at Reno and Salinas and St. Paul and a couple other rodeos, I thought at least what we had in the first round when we ran them through, they stayed semi-true. They weren't ones that, if they ran in the first round, they were going to walk and then stop in the second round. So I thought that was kind of cool. You had an idea. You can't expect a calf to be identical every time they walk in the box, but you can kind of have a game plan, and if you do your job right, you should be able to overcome whatever obstacles they put in your way.
Anybody you all want to thank? I know you all have great support systems and sponsors. You mentioned signing this week. If you wanted to tell everyone where you will be or what rope-ins you'll be at.
I'm entered in everyone they have out here that's in my age bracket.
Same. I'm with Martha on that one. I mean, I'd like.
Yeah, I'm entered in every roping as well besides the all-in.
I just like to thank my sponsors and my family for supporting us through this whole deal, and for the South Point for putting us up and giving us this opportunity. You know, the fans and the stage was actually packed, so it's really cool and exciting to rope in front of this many people, and I can't wait for next year.
I have so much family here and friends and even just people from California that came to support, and I'm thankful for every one of them.
I guess I can thank my sister and Amanda. They've kind of been the crew behind the scenes, and Trace has been up there videoing on an iPad all week, even though he's over us. But I guess I got to give Sarah credit, too, because my horses probably didn't look as fancy as they did this week. She even put a fake tail in Legend, and I don't even have any idea how to do that, so don't ask me.
Oh, that's amazing. He got extensions.
Yeah, I'm
got
not
to show
even
him
good
off
with
for
that.
one round.
Yeah, I mean, she told me today if I don't ride him, I better ride him in a victory lap or she's going to be mad she put that tail in.
Haley, before we let you guys go, I know you have dinner plans and I am holding you up, so I'm so sorry for that. But talk about the amount of money that you've been able to win and the opportunity just over the past couple of weeks, and then what's to come this next week. Do you have any idea what's on the line as far as how much you could possibly win?
It's funny, Jade Connor was walking out and he's like, how much have you won total? And I hadn't honestly thought about it. I tried to make sure, just do your job the best you can and move on. But we're having D-Lo join the show.
Glad you could show up.
But no, the breakaway roping is getting so big that I think every year it's just going to keep getting bigger and we're going to have more entries. I think there's a lot of jackpots that are going to have good money the next couple weeks. And, we get home, we have about a week off, and then the New Year's Bash and starting Odessa, and we have the first rodeo again back. So it's crazy the amount of money. Thankful that the NFR rounds. Oh, we get the world champ. Hello. And the average champion.
Well, we are so glad to have them joining us. Martha, if you need to roll, or any of you, I know you have some other plans.
Apparently she's going to dinner with me, so you might need to talk to her about her one round win real fast, too.
Danielle, you invited yourself to dinner, or you were invited?
No, it's all Sarah's plan.
Oh, gotcha. All right, well, if we can, all the guys over there are doing such a great job. Let's take a look back at Danielle Lowman's round win here today on day number 2 here at the Breakaway Roping. We'll talk about that with her, and then we'll let them get to dinner. Round number 7, 1.9 seconds. They already told us what they thought about it, but what do you think, Danielle?
When I backed in the box, I was like, I really need to, get faster. So, and when I nodded my head, I was like, all right, throw. There it is. Yeah, right there. And then, honestly, I didn't even know I didn't make it over the nose, but I just kind of left it out there, and it worked out.
So now you're seeing it in a little bit different view?
Yeah, but, oh, well, a win's a win. Yeah, D-Lo show right there.
That's hilarious that you said you backed in the box thinking I need to be a little bit faster, because I feel like you go for first and to be as fast as you possibly can every time.
Yeah, when I got Rylee George, being 1-7 3 times in a row, I'm like, I got to go for her. Good job to Rylee, though. She roped awesome.
I think that's a good point, because with the talent we're seeing and the horsepower and the advancement of the sport, that just pushes you all to be better and better each time, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, every day. I mean, these guys are phenomenal, hanging out with them and getting to know them and, coming in and learning how to rope just as good as them. I'm pretty blessed to just be surrounded by, who they are.
And you got your own round win today, so you didn't have to slap Rylee around after that interview.
Yeah. Thank you, Rylee.
She let you just have your own altogether. That's awesome. We can't leave out all the people that we hear cheering for you when you rope, and especially when you take those victory laps here at the South Point.
Oh, yeah. The fans are great. My family's great. They all come support. So, I think they love, what all the breakaway ropers do. They all back into the box and make it happen. So that's awesome.
That is so cool. Well, thank you all. We so much appreciate you being up here. Danny, anything else you want to say about this finals or about the year that you've had?
I'm just thankful. That's all. It's a blessing to be here.
That's awesome. Well, anyone who needs to go to dinner, we'll keep Kelsie up here and talk to her. And I know you're all excited for her. She got a standing ovation. Everyone was cheering. And
That was right.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone cried.
Good work, Kelsie.
We all were crying. I mean, I think it's, so exciting. We watch each other go all year, and to see Kelsie rope her butt off and then to end up getting it, I mean, you try not to be emotional because you know you have cameras everywhere. But I mean, I think it's a tearjerker no matter who you are sitting there. You know, that's something that it was awesome. And congrats to Kelsie. She deserves it.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. One day I want to rope like you.
I'll say this too before everybody leaves. I will give it to Kelsie too, because within the last 2 weeks, she's won the average title at both big things that we went to, and that's an understatement in itself right there. That's hard to do at one, no less two, right in a row, back to back. So great job. You're welcome.
She's been consistently a beast.
Consistently
Like
a
Kelsie
beast.
is.
I like that.
Doesn't even
That
matter
is
if you do a rope trick while you're at it.
Very true. Thank you all for coming up, and we'll have Kelsie move up to the winner's couch. Thank you, ladies. Great job. Kelsie, this was so cool. I just have to start by talking about the roller coaster of emotions that these last few minutes had to be, because we saw just the disappointment when you missed that final calf. But then you came back and everyone was waiting on the numbers because it was really close in the end. So just take us through those few moments.
Yeah, of course I wanted to rope that last one around the neck, but I was proud of the 9 other rounds that I had. And so I was proud walking back up the back alley. And when I got to my husband, he was like, hey, by the way, you won the average still. And I was like, I did? He was like, yeah. I was like, how do you know? He was like, your mom told me. So, of course, that's the truth. And I was like, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? And he was like, yes. Because I didn't get to watch Macy go or a couple of them at the beginning. I just was trying to do my thing. And so then when he told me I won the average, kind of built me back up a little bit. I was excited about that. And then I knew in the back of my mind I had a chance. So I just wanted him to announce my name.
Yeah. It came down to less than $3,000. You finished the year with $168,758. And in second place was Martha Angelone. She finished the year $165,505. So that's how close it ended up being after an entire year of rodeoing and 10 rounds here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was exciting stuff. And, of course, you know, we're all friends. We love watching everybody else rope and compete. So it's pretty cool when it comes down to the wire. That's usually what you're back in the box for at home and put those situations in your mind, and that's what we practice for. So it's cool that it came down to the end.
We've seen your little girl cheering you on from the stands. Of course, your husband has been in the back helping you, your entire family, parents on both sides. And after you won, he went and grabbed her. I wasn't sure if they were going to toss her in over the, the return alley for the Cavs, or they made it in, but that's really cool to share this with her, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You know,
and the whole family.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I couldn't do it with my family, and I have a super special family. I'm very thankful for them to let me do this and chase my dreams, and yeah, just cherry on top that I get to do it with my husband and my little girl.
Joe Beaver has been very complimentary of you. He talks about your swing, your horse, how a lot of the guys over at Thomas & Mack would love to have little men. You won horse with the most heart. We got to talk to you about that yesterday, but just kind of put into perspective the work that you've put into becoming a very consistent beast, like they just named you, and to be able to showcase it here.
Yeah, it's something we work on every day. You know, that horse is a huge blessing. I'll say it over and over and over again, and he helps me so much. But, you know, we put in the work day in and day out, and, you know, in 2012, I got my first WPRA World title, and this really wasn't even a dream yet or even a thought. You know, it was just jackpots, and that's what we chased. And so now to see where it is and see how it's evolved, it's pretty cool to see where it's come from.
Martha also pointed out the amount of money and the great roping that you did just a week ago in Scottsdale when they put up a huge amount of money for breakaway ropers, which is so cool. And then you come here, completely different setup, different calves, and we're able to excel all over again. What can you say about that and maybe some of the adjustments you had to make in just a few days' time?
Yeah, you know, at Scottsdale, we got to go at $25,000 a round, and so it's hard not to back in there and go at them and try to win as much as you can, and it was just as tough there, too. But, yeah, to hit that big lick and then to come here, you know, this is the first year in the 3 times I've been out here that I had a chance at a world title. I knew it was a chance, but I knew a lot of things had to happen for that to come true. And, you know, everybody has a goal of winning the average or, you know, roping 10, which I didn't get to rope 10, but everybody has that end goal. And so I just tried to stay the course and stay aggressive and rope what they gave me.
I know you have several world champion buckles, but this one's
pretty cool. This one might be my new favorite.
You're going to strap it on once I get your name on it?
Yep, absolutely.
And then coming up in 10 days, you'll get to stand on that stage at the Thomas & Mack as they award you a world championship saddle. Talk about your anticipation for that moment.
Yeah, it's just going to be cool to be in that building, where everybody else gets to compete. But to go back and get that award and receive my saddle and buckle in front of all those people, that's going to be pretty cool. We have to fly to Hawaii the next day, so we had to change our flight, but I think that's okay. We'll make it work.
I think so. You're flying to Hawaii for fun, but also to put on a clinic, right?
Yeah, Taylor Munsell and I are doing a 2-day clinic out there, so we get to have a little fun and work a little too.
I'm sure they understand that you need to stick around and get your gold buckle on the stage at Thomas and Mack, but talk more about that trip and the opportunities that being the breakaway roper you are have awarded you.
Yeah, being able to swing a rope has taken me all over this place, all over the world. I've got to do a lot of clinics all over, even been to Canada. And so it's pretty cool what it's done for me and my family. And I love teaching. I love helping other people. I love giving lessons and doing clinics. And so that's rewarding as well. So it's cool what a rope has done. And it's cool what, 10 or 12 years ago, we didn't even think these kind of things would happen. And here we are.
I think everyone watching would like a Kelsie Domer clinic. What piece of advice do you find yourself giving over and over when you teach? Is there anything
Ride
specific?
your horse. I say ride first more often than not. I mean, I know you see us go Mach 9 and we're going fast, but you've got to be able to ride your horse consistently, and you have to manage those horses, because we can take the best horse in the world and give it to somebody. If they don't manage that horse, he's not going to be the best horse in a couple months. So learning to manage and learning how to ride your horse, I think, is most important right now.
I think that's great advice, and that's what we see you do every time. So pretty cool. I did want to mention, Drew Stu pointed this out, over the 9 calves that you roped, you averaged 2.4 seconds.
Awesome.
On 9
Yeah,
calves.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fast.
That's a cool feat.
Of course, 1.9 in round number 3. We're taking a look now at the average. There we go. $16,913 is what you won for winning the average. And I did have your total here. I think it was 22 seconds flat on 9 head, if I remember right. So you finished. This is a look at all of your rounds, the times that you had. What do you think as you look at that?
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work.
No, I think my favorite one today was that 1.9, just because I knew at that moment there had a couple people had gone out of the average, and so I could still break out, and get a catch. So I was trying to go at the round and making that run. That was pretty exciting because I knew I had to place in rounds today to have a chance at a world title. So I was trying to be aggressive as best I could. You
ended up winning $35,721 here in these 2 days. The National Finals breakaway roping earnings record was $33,158 from Shelby Medjed in 2023. Of course, more money added this year, and we hope to see that record broken every single year.
Absolutely. I want to see it broken every year, and I want to see it looking like those girls get to run out in the barrel racing at the Thomas and Mack.
Yes, exactly. Any final thoughts about now being able to have that gold buckle, the World Championship? I know it was close, and you didn't know until they finally came and told you, so a very suspenseful moment.
Yeah, that's something you dream of. You put yourself in those situations in the practice pen. You're always like, okay, hey, this is for a world title or an average title. Everybody's done it. Everybody's backed in and practiced those situations. And so, yeah, it wasn't perfect. The day didn't end perfect, but that's how it is. We can't control those things. But I was proud of my last 2 days. Proud that I stayed the course, and this is pretty special. I'm gonna be excited about this one for a while.
As you should be. What did Oakland have to say to you?
Mom roped. And she wanted her own rope. She had to get her own rope to take a picture on the saddle, so she's already worried about her stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about your husband or the rest of your family? Any comments they made that stand out?
Oh, yeah. Ryan was going nuts. He was excited. It's just awesome to see all your hard work, come down to this and having a dream come true. And, my family's helped me so much. My mom and my aunt travel with me and switch on and off and work on the road and let me do this. And so it's a family thing. It's not just me. They've sacrificed a lot and let me do this. So it was a big family win.
I can say I've never seen you cry before. And the emotions came rolling in. As I mentioned, it was a roller coaster, but that shows just how much it means to you and just what you have to overcome to get to this point, let alone win that gold buckle.
Yeah. As an athlete, as a competitor, we all go through emotions. You might not see me cry on a daily basis, but I've always been emotional in any sport I've played, and just, man, that was cherry on top, just having everything come to the end and work out in my favor was pretty cool.
Well deserved.
Thank
I
you.
know everyone was so excited. I'm sure you saw the standing ovation, all the
Yeah.
girls cheering, and everyone was so happy. There were people around me in the stands crying for you. They were
That's
so
awesome.
happy. So
Yeah,
an
that's pretty
amazing
special.
moment. We can't wait to see you on the stage at the Thomas and Mack and
Yep.
throughout the year, the world champion breakaway roper. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, Amy. Thank you.
Well, it was so much fun to watch here at the South Point. 10 rounds of the national finals of breakaway over the past 2 days. The average and the world champion, Kelsie Domer, setting records along the way, and we are so happy for her. Thank you so much for watching. We'll continue to have lots for you all this week from here in Las Vegas.